Hi everyone, so we've got a major superfood lineup for you today. Following our very popular pizza recipe that I just did, we're now going to follow it up. I think it's been long awaited with a chocolate recipe, and this time we're going to make a chocolate pizza. So as you can see, we've got a major superfood lineup. We've got lucuma, we've got cacao nibs, we've got goji berries, we've got hemp seed meal, we've got coconut oil, and we're going to show you how to make this amazing recipe. So to start with, we're going to make the base, and in the base we're going to have tons of cacao nibs, tons of goji berries, and a few other things to combine it all together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grind down the cacao nibs in the food processor so they're not too hard, you're not going to break any teeth on them, and it's going to be a nice fine kind of meal consistency. So I'm going to have the whole bag. I have no idea how many cups this is, so I'm going to measure it out as I go. This is a half cup that I've got right here. So that's half. That's 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. Okay, so it's like almost 4 cups. I would say 4 cups is fine. The more chocolate, the better. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to grind the cacao nibs, like I say, into a fine meal in the food processor. This is so that we have less time actually in the Vitamix, because as some of you know, the Vitamix can get quite hot quite quickly. So what we're trying to do is make this fine, and then we're going to transfer the recipe for the base into the Vitamix and combine it all together in there. So you can see the kind of consistency of the cacao nibs now, hopefully. And I'm just going to take those out and we're going to do the goji berries. Okay, so we're just going to do the goji berries now, and same thing with as the cacao nibs. Half.
1. Cameraman would just like to say that the goji berries are authentic Tibetan and organic too, and this recipe makes you laugh. It's been notorious.
Okay, so that's 3.5 cups of goji berries, and we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did with the cacao nibs, but for this one you don't want to do it for too long so they turn into like a mucousy ball. You just want to make it into like a powder. Okay, so here we've got the goji berries. As you can see, it's a nice fine dust, really pink and beautiful. And in the meantime, whilst we were doing these and the cacao nibs, we've been melting down over here about 4 dessert spoons of coconut oil. So that's just melting away on a really low heat. You don't need much heat at all. Just before we go into putting everything into the blender, I just wanted to let you know that we have 2 cups of hemp seed meal right here as well, which obviously didn't need to be processed. Taken out a Reba Nacional de Fina really raw cacao and put it into the Vitamix with 2 cups of hemp seed meal and the melted down coconut oil. So you can see it's made like a thick mess, and we're just going to give that a really good blend just to get it combined together. Consistency you're looking for. All that we've got there is coconut oil, cacao nibs and hemp seed meal. Delicious. And we're just talking about this, me and Mr. Cameraman, to go really easy with it. You don't want to beat it up, just be gentle and don't make it too hot. We're actually really thorough and like look at the temperature with the thermometer. We've got one of these laser thermometers, and this is now showing 86. So it's still So next what you need to do is add a little bit of sweetener. You can use any kind of liquid sweetener you like. We're choosing the coconut the coconut nectar, not the coconut aminos. And this is about 1/8 of a cup that we're going to add. So obviously if you've got a really sweet tooth, then you can add more, or if you don't want it very sweet, you can add less. And you can taste it as you go, obviously. Make sure we get it all out. I'm just going to give it a little blend. To that, we're going to add 1 dessert spoon of Health Force soy lecithin, and this is non-GMO, and that's the kind you want to get. So I'm going to post a link for you down below that tells you where to get this non-GMO soy lecithin. So that's going into the mix.
What does that do?
Oh, sorry, I thought I said that. This is going to stop everything from separating, so it's going to bind everything together. It's going to hold it together into our pizza shape. Okay, so on top of that, we're going to add these goji berries. As you know, we grinded those down before. Okay, I might need a little help, Mr. Cameraman. Thank you. Because as you can see, they kind of stuck together. I've got very clean hands.
They tend to clump together.
That's right.
That's why you add them last, so because it can make it very sticky. Like I said before, goji berries are known as happy berries, and they make you laugh. So I used to have a restaurant, and we used to make this recipe a lot, and it made everybody just really like, you try and get them in the
You can see the goji berries are in there now, and we're just going to give them a little blend. Mix it in really well. We're kind of covered in chocolate a little bit. We're going to add this into our beautiful flan tin. Now, I did call this a pizza, even though it's got a little flary edge. It's still a pizza, because I know that people are going to write in and say, that's not a pizza. So we're just going to pour the mixture in. And we also forgot to mention that we added a big pinch of salt previously. But you weren't here to see that. But it is in there, I promise. Need to add a little bit more. Alright, so there you can see the finished, well, almost finished product. I've left like 1/2 centimetre or 1/4 of an inch of space from the top of the tin. And we're just going to put this in the refrigerator to set while we make the icing. So once your pizza base is ready, it's time for your icing. And for the icing, I've chosen a recipe that you already know. All you need to do is look back a few videos to the elixir heart recipe. For our cheese topping on our pizza, we're actually making a nice sweet lucuma vanilla icing. So it's exactly the same recipe as the elixir hearts. You don't need to do anything different. Just don't pour it into heart molds. I'm going to post that video down below. And here you can see our gorgeous pizza base, and on top of that we're simply going to pour the icing. So make sure you keep it moving so it doesn't all clump together. And you just pour it on, and it's going to spread out to the edges. Gorgeous. It's a little bit of a slant on my worktop here, so it was all going to one side. Beautiful. And we're going to set this in the refrigerator. I don't know for how long, as I've not done this before, so I'll just let you know in a minute how long we set it for. Okay, so we've popped it out of the tin, and I'm just about to share it around at the Vivapura warehouse. It's looking beautiful, and we're all going to be bouncing about the place after this. The beautiful Miss Summer is having a little taste of our chocolate pizza. What do you think? Ooh, that's a good face. She's laughing already. The goji berries are doing their work.
This is heaven in my hand. It's so good. Every day. I'd marry it. It's so yummy.